This is the closest matchup for me personally, and I think both these films are criminally underrated by the community. I'm talking Half-Blood Prince versus Order of the Phoenix on Movie Feuds. Expecto pun counter. Yeah, that was inevitable. No movie nor spell is completed without a cast. Yeah, the kids have all grown up, and Emma Watson becomes legal in one of these, so it's okay to perv out now. She also continues to stay one of the best characters in the franchise. Hermione's sharp-witted, quick on her feet, smart as a whip, and the only kid who appears to know any spells outside of Stupefy. Recently, Daniel Radcliffe spoke out about his performance as Harry in these films, and he stated that his weakest one is in Half-Blood Prince. Personally, I don't think he could be further from the truth. I thought he was wonderful in Half-Blood Prince. I thought he gave one of his best performances there. Ron is much more pleasant to be around as this whole jealousy phase is over, and now he's more loyal to Harry than ever before. Rupert also manages to get his ridiculous facial expressions under control. Newcomers to the Order of the Phoenix include Nymphadora Tonks, Kingsley Shacklebolt, Luna Lovegood played by the lovely Ivana Lynch, but the main draw in this entry is the cat-loving, arm-torturing, rule-delivering super bitch, Dolores Umbridge. And once again, this casting is nailed by Imelda Staunton. I certainly wouldn't be teacher's pet in her office. She's got a lot of cats. Then there's the raving bitch, Bellatrix Lestrange. A few versions of Tom Riddle are a welcome inclusion as well. Things get a bit hairy right out of the gates in Order of the Phoenix, when Dementors show up at the local playground. I love the eerie tone and the drab color palette. Radcliffe does some terrific acting in this film as he's constantly being tortured by visions of the Dark Lord. We are introduced to Dumbledore's secret society, the Order of the Phoenix, where we find out Lupin, Moody, Sirius, and others are part of. There are a lot of memorable events in this film, from the always amazing Snape training Harry to keep Voldemort out of his head, to the tragic demise of Sirius Black. Why? Why do you kill everything I love? Then there's the confrontation between Dumbledore and Voldy himself. It's a very cool spectacle, and I wish it never ended. Love how not only does Dumbledore go toe-to-toe with the Dark Lord, but he chucks Harry's ass out of the way, keeping him safe. He's conscious, always. He's doing two battles at once. I also can't forget Harry's memorable, magical first kiss by Cho Chang. She's the worst. Half-Blood Prince has its equal share of moments. There's a bloody, brilliant use of the pensive to learn about Tom Riddle's troubled past. We get exchanges between Horace and his troubled student when getting the knowledge of Horcruxes. Speaking of favorites, Half-Blood also contains my favorite isolated moment too, where Harry lays Malfoy out with Sectum Sempra. Harry only knows one attack spell, so it was refreshing to see a second added to his lineup. Dumble steals the final portion of the film with his drinking game with Harry. Bad enough he has to choke down every drop of that poison, but then to have to battle waves of dead corpses whilst half in the bag was just cruel. That cave portion was a spectacle, to say the least. And unfortunately, Dumbledore's death at the hands of Snape doesn't quite hit that magnitude. It's a bit of a downer. Falls down. I don't need to count that pun. I do love that final confrontation outside when Snape bitch slaps Harry's attack. I, the Half-Blood Prince. Tom, riddle me this. Which film has the best action and effects? Come on, let's find out together in the next round. Come on, this way. It's not much further.
You will lose everything.
David Yates takes over as the fourth and final director of the Potter series. He's also my favorite of the whole lot. Alfonso definitely has the bragging rights, what with Gravity and Children of Men, but I love Yates' use of shadows and the color palette that somehow are vibrant yet dark in tandem. Phoenix is similar, closely aligned to Goblet of Fire in terms of style and look, but Half-Blood Prince goes in a completely different direction. The whole film feels almost empty. The staircases no longer move. The laughter is mostly missing outside a few fun scenes at Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. It's a stylistic choice, and I think it marries the book with the movie very well. At this point, the thrill is gone for these kids. Magic is basically off the property. There's a looming feeling of a pending doom. Half-Blood Prince doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. It's clearly a bridge film to the final two acts. In order, we have a range of fantastical elements from the Thestrals to the ministry rooms that appear to go on for miles on end. Then there's that damn soul catcher door that Sirius falls into. What the hell is that? In the book, it's even more vague. It's like a door with a black sheet on top. Where did he go? Someone tell me. Someone knows. I want answers. I want answers. Where's my Sirius? And thanks to the presence of Umbridge, this film has more pink than your typical season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That's something you kids are into, right? This really comes down to preference. You like the high energy Phoenix brings, complete with dragon fireworks and wand dueling? Or are you more the toned down type with a grittier, Nolan-esque look? Have you had enough yet, or are you ready for Voldemort? That was bad, even for me. That might be my worst pun to date. We are going to count it, though. That's counted. For Order of Phoenix, it appears to be fresh faces all around, as the composer has changed yet again. Nicholas Hooper steps in and provides a completely new playlist that arguably is the worst of the series. Still solid when compared to other film franchises, but it doesn't hold a broomstick handle to John Williams' work. The only time I was ever remotely grip hooked was at the end of the movie when Harry was owning Voldemort about friendship. Where the music in 5 may have been a misstep, number 6 surely makes up for it. The soundtrack is critically acclaimed and my personal favorite. It's also no surprise to find out that Hooper embraced Williams' sound more, seamlessly weaving it in and out of his own compositions. Let's wrap this thing up. How are we doing pun-wise? 7! Tom. Merlin's beard. This is all hypothetical, all educational, of course. We only have one more to go, but I guess that's the way the chocolate frog croaks. Also make sure to subscribe or it'll all be for nothing. More than just reviews, this is Movie Feuds. Really disappointed with the low pun numbers. I was all poly-juiced up to do a good job, but the writing on this show's so deathly hollow. You guys better step up your game next week, or I'm going to give you both Sirius Black and blue eyes.